everyone, I'm Amanda and this is Mommy's Reading Chair. My December TBR is one I am super excited about because I'm reading some that have been recommended to me for a really long time, and I'm reading a specific one that is like all over BookTube that I haven't read, shockingly. So I'm super excited. If you haven't already watched my November wrap-up video, you won't know already that I've started a book in the end of November, but I only read like 30 pages of it, so I'm going to totally count it for my December TBR. And that is The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. I have only read the book Me Before You by her, and I loved it. I could not put it down. I think that that book is 100% worth the hype. This one so far is about a woman named Alice who becomes a like traveling librarian on like this horse or donkey. I can't remember if she's riding the horse or the donkey. And they're bringing books to like other houses in this like rural area. And it's actually a really slow start right now. I'm having a hard time focusing on it. But I also just got over being sick, and I also just got finished reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which was a 5-star book. So it's really hard for me to get into another book right after a book so good. But I've heard incredible things about this, and if it's anything like the other book I've read by her, I'm going to love it. I just really need to get into it. The next book on my TBR for December is Size by Neal Shusterman. This book has been recommended to me several times. I have looked into it. It is all over BookTube because his 3rd book in the series just came out, and apparently it is incredible, so I cannot wait for this book. I do believe I'll be reading this with a friend of mine. This is a young adult dystopian novel, and it is a series, which I'm a sucker for. So hopefully I will absolutely devour this book. I'm going to read it next, right after The Giver of Stars. The next book on my list I've actually owned for a while. My mother-in-law read it last year. She had the Book of the Month Club subscription, and anytime she finished a book, she would send it my way. I have not read this one, but I believe it was a 2018 pick, and that is Ghosted by Rosie Walsh. This one sparked my interest because I feel like the name doesn't match the description, so there must be something really cool that happens in the book that gives this an interesting title. But the inside cover sounds so good. It says, "When Sarah meets Eddie, they connect instantly and fall deeply in love. To Sarah, it seems as though her life has finally begun, and it's mutual. It's as though Eddie has been waiting forever for her too. Sarah is certain she and Eddie know everything about each other, so when he leaves for a long booked vacation and promises to call from the airport, she has no cause to doubt him. But he doesn't call. Sarah's friends tell her to forget about him, but she can't. She knows something happened. There must be an explanation. Minutes, days, weeks go by as Sarah becomes more and more worried. Then she discovers she's right. There is a reason Eddie disappeared. It's because they both failed to share one essential thing with each other, the truth." So I feel like this book is probably going to be a really good one. I know that she really enjoyed it. She said it would be a good one to pick for my book club, but it wasn't picked for my book club, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it, and I'm really excited about it. I decided one of the reasons I was so successful with my November TBR is because I had a couple of really short books on there. With an infant and a toddler in the house, sometimes it is hard to find time for me to read, but I decided that I'm going to be a little bit more ambitious this month and choose 5 books to read, one of them being a shorter book, and that is Teacher Man by Frank McCourt. This was a gift from my mother-in-law, I think a couple of Christmases ago. If you don't already know, I am an elementary school teacher. I am on a baby break at the moment since I just had a daughter in August, and I have taken this school year off. But she got this for me because I believe she's read it. Maybe she hasn't. I actually don't know if she's read this. But it does follow a teacher and is essentially, and actually it says on the back, it's a tribute to teachers everywhere. I do believe, yes, I am correct, that this man teaches in a public high school. So I'm really excited about it. I haven't been in the classroom since the beginning of May of 2019, because we had the summer and then I had a baby and I haven't gone back yet. So I've been out of the classroom for a little while, so I'm interested to see how being out of the classroom affects my opinion of this book. It is on the shorter side. It is just over 250 pages long. So it's not super short, not super long, but I think I'm going to enjoy it. And last but not least, I will be reading a book on my Scribd account with my phone, and that is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I surprisingly have not read any books by Colleen Hoover, even though she's been recommended to me like dozens of times. But I saw a book on the Scribd like recommended for me, so I was like, oh, why not? I've actually already started it. I'm about like 12% through, and it's pretty good so far. It's not my usual type of book, so I'm excited to try something new. And we're going to go with that. Hopefully I like it. It's got super crazy, amazing reviews on Goodreads. Like, it's almost a 5-star rating overall, and it's got a ton of reviews on it. So that's got to be a good sign. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please make sure you do. I'm doing several photo challenges for the month of December. I will link that below. And I hope to have you subscribe down below and ring that bell for notifications, because I'm totally going to blow this December TBR out of the water. See you next time.